Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2025 Chevrolet Trax. The Chevy Trax is not necessarily a new vehicle to the Chevrolet lineup. In fact, you'd have to go all the way back to about 2020, 2021 when the Trax made its debut. And as you can tell, it was nothing like how it was here, but as you can tell, over time it's since gotten a redesign for the 2024 model year, and these have become very popular for the Chevrolet brand. Now, this is also the entry-level Chevrolet model, which as you can see in the totem pole, it would go the Chevrolet Trax, Chevrolet Trailblazer, and then something a little bit bigger than this would be the Chevrolet Equinox. Now, this one in particular today that we're taking a look at is the LT, which is going to be that middle trim level in the lineup of the Trax, which consists of the LS, the 1RS, the LT that you're looking at here, as well as the 2RS. And while it may not come with the amount of features that what you would get in a 2RS, you are going to be getting some pretty standout ones, which include a fully digital instrument cluster, an 11-inch infotainment system, 17-inch wheels, as well as remote start. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see on the key, it's going to be your traditional Chevrolet key fob. And as you can see, it's going to have all your controls on this side, followed by the Chevy bow tie on the other side. And it consists of your unlock, lock, remote start, and your panic alarm. To remote start the vehicle is make sure the vehicle is locked, and push down and hold the remote start button, and the vehicle will start right up. And when you're finished, just click and hold the remote start button again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the Trax, as you can see, we are going to be taking a look at your standard Chevrolet grille. It does look really nice and pretty much the standard norm. You have your Chevy bow tie front and center, and overall it does look pretty good. And when you back out a little bit, it kind of has a little bit of a mini Equinox vibe, if that makes any sense. It kind of has the look of one, but again, keep in mind this is a subcompact crossover and not a compact SUV. You do have your standard LED daytime running lights, as well as LED projector headlamps. Checking out your wheels and tires on this one, we were taking a look at a set of Hankook Dynapro HP2 tires on 17-inch wheels. These measure 225 60R17 all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, coming up to the door, as you can see, just tap this button right here, and one beep will indicate unlocking, allow you to jump on inside. And when you're done, close it up, tap the button again, and then one beep will indicate that the vehicle is locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Mosaic Black Metallic with the light gray premium cloth interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch molded injection plastic on top, as well as down here. You also have some very nice leather material in the panel itself with this blue stitching, which adds a nice touch. You have an aluminum door handle, your unlock and lock switches. You do have controls for your mirrors, your child window lock, as well as your power windows. Down here you have a small storage pocket, as well as an area for a small cup holder. Along a smart key access system, the Chevrolet Trax does indeed come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit a button to go. Very nice. The Chevrolet Trax does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped, rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house your cruise control settings, your heated steering wheel, as well as your forward collision warning system. On the other side here, you're going to have your hands-free voice, as well as your hands-free telephone, or to hang up the telephone whenever you're finished with your call from the Bluetooth system. You have your arrows up here, which correspond to the instrument cluster, as well as your audio control here, as well as your hands-free phone on this side. Now, taking a look here, the LT is going to give you a fully digital instrument cluster, which looks very, very nice, and consists of your tachom in the middle, followed by your current speed. To the left, you're going to have your fuel gauge, as well as your fuel range to empty. To the right, you're going to have some safety features, as well as your coolant temperature, and your current odometer reading. We can cycle through a few things on the screen via the steering wheel, and when we do that, it's going to allow us to select from a couple different things, which includes our gauge faces, which you can select up to 3 different gauges. You have vehicle information, infotainment, a clean page, which is basically going to give you kind of a blank screen, which is pretty cool. As you can see there. And then back to gauge 1. Now, coming over here, one of the reasons why you'd probably want to upgrade to the LT from the LS is going to give you a larger infotainment screen. Now, with that said, this is an 11.1-inch display, which is very nice. And as you can see, it does a really good job of giving you all the information that you need. And it's on a very modern interface. Now, as you can see, our audio is going to be the very first thing we come on to when we turn the vehicle on. And as you can see, it's going to show us what's playing on our radio stations. You have your seat track right here. You can adjust the stations manually right here, as well as your settings. You also do have your presets for your audio down here as well. You also have your sub menus over here, which includes your audio, phone, traction control, your vehicle checklist, as well as your home page. So this is the audio portion here, which of course also consists of your AM radio as well as Sirius XM radio. We go over to our phone. This is where you'll be able to connect a phone via the Bluetooth system, as you can see there. You push on this is going to show you your traction control, where you can turn the traction control system completely off, turn traction control plus the electronic stability control off, or you can turn on traction control and your electronic stability control. It says when on, your traction and electronic stability control systems work to prevent slipping during normal driving conditions. Turn off to increase traction in sand, mud, snow, or ice. Coming down here, this is going to be your vehicle checklist as far as information about the vehicle, as far as your trip. As you can see there, is going to show your trip 1 and trip 2 information, as well as your average fuel economy. It's going to show your average fuel economy on the right side as far as fuel economy is concerned. And then you have 2 other categories, which includes your maintenance as well as your different gauges. Going to maintenance here is going to give us information for our oil life as well as our tire pressure monitoring system. And our gauges here are going to show us our battery voltage as well as our coolant temperature. And then coming down here, this is the home page, which is where you'll be going to if you want. And as you can see, you're going to have your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay standard. It's going to be wireless for 2025, which is awesome to see. You do have your climate control functions here, settings, as well as Wi-Fi hotspot. Going to your climate control, this is where you can adjust the fan positioning, fan speed, as well as a single zone climate control, as you can see there. And then, as we go to our settings, this is going to be a general list of things that you can enable, disable, change, and make it your own, as you can see. And it's going to be categorized in 3 different areas, such as system, vehicle settings, as well as your different apps. Your system is going to consist of things such as your date and time, your language, your phones, Wi-Fi networks, Wi-Fi hotspot, as well as privacy, vehicle-to-phone sharing, display, sounds, as well as units. And as we go to vehicle software, you're going to have just basic software information, updates, and then you can do a factory reset. So let's start off with our sounds, of course. This is where you'll be able to select your maximum volume at startup, or in this case, your audible touch feedback. You turn that setting on or off, as you can see there. You do have your display here, which you can turn display on or off. Coming up here a little bit, as you can see, we have our date and time, which is where we can adjust our format, automatic date and time. And if you turn this off, you can actually adjust the date as well as the time, as you can see there. With that being said, coming over to our phones, this is where we were just a while ago as far as being able to pair a phone to the vehicle. Coming over to our vehicle area here, this is where you're going to have things such as your teen driver reminder, or excuse me, your teen driver, your rear seat reminder, your climate and air quality, your collision and detection systems, comfort and convenience, lighting, power door locks, remote lock, unlock, and start. So let's go through a few of them. Your teen driver mode is going to allow you to see how your teen is driving the vehicle on the road, basically giving you a report card of, you know, how much times they had to brake, how much times they accelerate, and it'll give you a grade on how your teen is doing, which is pretty nice to have, especially if you're buying this for a first-time driver. You have your climate and air quality. As you can see, you can turn on and off your auto defog and auto rear defog. You can also adjust the auto fan speed. Come over here to your collision detection systems. This is going to be all your safety features that come with the Trax LT, and they include your automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, adaptive cruise go notifier, your lane change alert. You also do have, park assist, rear camera park assist symbols, as well as a rear cross traffic alert. Coming down below that, you have comfort and convenience. You can adjust the chime volume, or you can turn on or off the auto wipe in reverse gear. Lighting, of course, is going to allow you to adjust the exit lighting as well as the vehicle locator lights. And then your power door locks here, as you can see. You can open door anti-lock out. You can enable or disable that. You can enable or disable your delayed door lock, or your auto door unlock. You can adjust to all doors, or when you push on that, you can just do the driver door, or you can turn that feature completely off. As we come over to our apps, we have things such as our audio, phone, as well as OnStar. So overall, a very comprehensive and very useful screen, as you can see here, even in the smallest of Chevrolet vehicles. And as you can tell, it does do a pretty good job. So with that said, it's going to do it here for the infotainment system tour in the Chevrolet Trax. But before we move on, this vehicle does have a 6-speed automatic transmission. Put it into reverse, you do have a decent backup camera with guidance signs, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. With that being said, you do have a physical volume knob right there, which is nice. You do have your vents underneath here. And then this one here, it has the single zone climate control, as you can see. This is where you'll adjust the temperature. You also have, you can turn the fan system on or off. You also have your heated seats for the front as well as front passenger. Fan positioning controls here. Rear controls for the air conditioning right there. And this knob here is going to adjust your recycling as well as your fan speed. With that being said, you have a little outlet underneath, followed by a USB-C and USB port, and a little storage area where you can put your device. You also have some controls here specifically for your lane departure warning system. And on this side here, you have your auto stop start function off switch, which you can enable. You also do have 2 cup holders, your 6-speed automatic transmission, electronic parking brake, some storage space right here, as you can see. Coming over to our glove compartment, it is quite modest, and you have an actual good amount of storage space, as you can see inside there. This one here being the LT, like I said, you're going to be getting the premium cloth seats, which do look nice, and they are pretty comfortable. Now, what I like about it on a day like today, where it is a little bit on the cooler side, you can activate those heated seats, and they will warm you up pretty quickly, especially on, you know, days where it doesn't get super hot. Now, when it does get very cold, this is going to come in handy a lot. Now, with that said, the seat quality materials do feel pretty nice. I like the fact you do have some side bolsters here, and you do have some of that stitching here, as you can see, in white and also in blue. And overall, it does make for a very good quality seat. Come over here to your glove box. It is dampened. You have a good amount of storage space in here. You have some of this aluminum finish here, which is nice for the trim. This blue piping right here. And then you have hard touch plastic as expected in this vehicle. You do have a mirror here. You do have controls for your OnStar as well as your Live Agent and SOS for your roadside assistance, as well as your overhead light controls. You have a visor here, as well as a mirror. And then coming over here to the left side, you're going to have your gauge dimmer switch as well as your headlight controls. And so with that being said, everyone, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2025 Chevrolet Trax. Coming into the back of the Chevrolet Trax, as you can see, materials do follow through, which is nice. Now, you don't have any seat pockets back here, but you do have some convenience features, which includes a little storage area here, USB-C port here, as well as a USB port right over here. And you don't get any cup holders or anything like that in the middle, but you do get a cup holder in the door over there, as well as a small one right over here as well. You do have your capless fill filler, which makes it easier to fill up at the gas station. Select trims of the Chevrolet Trax do come with LED taillights. This one does come with the standard halogens in the back. You do have your Chevy bow tie right here, your Trax badge right there, and your LT badge here. You also have rear parking sensors on this one as well. Now, opening up the cargo area and jumping on inside, one of the reasons why you might consider the Trax is going to be the amount of cargo room you have. So with this being the way that it is right now, with the privacy cover, you're looking at 25.5 cubic feet of space, which is actually more than really any other competitor that the Trax competes with, which is very nice to see. Now, if you want to, you can fold down the second row via the levers on the side of the back, side of the seats in the second row, and they will fold down, more than doubling your cargo space from 25.5 to 54.1 cubic feet, which is not too bad. Now, since we're back here, we do have carpeted floor mats, we do have our carpeted trunk mat, and underneath here, we have our spare tire. We also do have some storage over here on this side. Overall, not too bad. Under the hood of the Chevrolet Trax, we're taking a look at a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. And while that may seem a little crazy, it's actually what is helping this vehicle sell, surprisingly. It produces 137 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy for this vehicle comes in on regular unleaded gas at 28 city, 30 highway, and 28 city, 32 highway, and 30 combined. And this vehicle, you can fill up with E85, which will actually lower fuel economy to about 20 city, 25 highway, and 21 combined. All right, guys, so back in the Chevrolet Trax, I just want to quickly summarize here that this is a subcompact SUV that has a starting price of right around $30,000 or a little less than that, which in a sense is very good, because in the market that we're looking at today, in the market that we see things today, with everything that we buy, it is very expensive. And with vehicles like the Trax, which does have a starting price of around $23,000, $24,000, this makes a case of why you should consider it. Now, personally, I've seen a lot of these on the road, and I'm kind of wondering why that's the case. But now I kind of understand, because you have good convenience features, you have great technology. The only thing that I worry about with this vehicle is going to be the reliability, thanks to that 1.2 liter 3-cylinder, which is going to be a concern for most people. But you do have cargo space in here, which is pretty ample and quite good. And overall, you have a decent car. The only thing that, again, I worry about with this vehicle is going to be the reliability engine. But with that being said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this walk around and tour of the 2025 Chevrolet Trax LT, finished off in Mosaic Black Metallic with the jet black cloth interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.